All right, well today we're here with Greg Alford and I'm really excited because I have talked to you guys so much about the preserve and how it's literally going to be one of the best subdivisions in the entire state of Texas. I've even heard rumors that it's going to be the best in the United States.
Could be.
We'll see. But I wanted to get you guys to know the top builders out here, because if you are thinking about building, it's such a relationship business and it's really feeling like you know these builders. You're spending money and you want to trust the people that are out here. And so I wanted to kind of get Greg's perspective, one, on the preserve, but I also wanted you guys to get to know him. And so Greg, I obviously researched you, but kind of tell me a little bit about your background, your family, how family oriented this company is.
I've been building in Dallas for 46 years, 25 as Alford Homes, and we are a family run business. My wife runs the business, the financial side.
And that's Julie.
That's Julie.
Perfect.
And my son Ben is our vice president of production. Sister-in-law is my assistant to my wife.
That's so fun.
My daughter, youngest daughter, just graduated UT in an architectural and engineering degree. She's not working with us, but she has that capability at some point. But we have picked and we're selected to build in the preserve because I think we are I think we're higher than the top 10. I think we're one of the top 2 or 3 builders in the city of Dallas.
I would agree.
we build primarily in the Park Cities, Preston Hollow area. And that's a $6 million to $20 million product. We've got a $20 million home that'll be closing here in the next couple of months. A strong market for us is that $15 to $20 million product. We were invited to be part of the preserve, and how could you not be part of such a great neighborhood? I truly believe it's one of the best neighborhoods in the state of Texas. You've got different lot sizes, you've got different product. We're from 4,400 square feet to probably 7,000, 8,000 square feet. You've got homes on the hill that'll be 10, 15,000 square foot homes. You've got the PGA, it's phenomenal. The development has 165 page design guidelines. So your elevations, not only on the front elevation, but all 4 sides have to be approved. Landscaping has to be approved. It's the premier neighborhood in the state of Texas, I think, and certainly in the DFW market.
I agree. So have you ever gotten a 165 page rule book?
No. This is the first one, and it's very good architecture is what they want. They want quality architecture, quality landscaping. Everything is first class.
I just think it's beautiful, and when I drive out here, I started doing videos on the preserve before even a house went up.
Right.
Like I remember standing up on that peak up there, and the wind was crazy because nothing was built, and I just showed everybody, and it was so peaceful. And that's something that you guys, you cannot feel it until you come in and you see it, but there is a peacefulness about this subdivision, and I keep saying subdivision. I mean, it's really more than that. It's like a lifestyle.
It is.
And this house that we're in, Greg built, and the couple that lives here is kind enough. They already live here. They're kind enough to let us take a sneak peek so that you guys can really, I would say, touch it and feel it, but you're on the other side of the camera, so you can't. But we're gonna do that for you today and just kind of give you a look. And we're also gonna show you the outside, because if you're into golf, even if you're not into golf, it is stunning out here.
It's spectacular.
Yes, and I've told you guys so many times about how Frisco has 30 miles of interconnected trails, and everything's connected. And being able to walk to Fields West and get your coffee, have a glass of wine, sitting on a patio with twinkle lights and a live concert in the amphitheater, on the water, like, this is a lifestyle, and that's why the mayor said that there's not really anything like this that they've seen nationally on this level, where you've got absolute private, gated, guarded community, luxury community, walkable to a $2 billion urban development. It's just new. Nobody's ever seen something like this. It's spectacular.
You can take your golf cart too. You don't have to just walk. You can bicycle trails and golf cart as well.
Yes. Yeah, so golf carts, e-bikes, anything. There was a rumor that they were actually gonna have golf cart parking, but I'm not sure that passed. I need to check that out, because I got a golf cart and I wanna take it to Fields West when it's built. And it's already vertical. They're already building it. If you've seen any of my other videos, I've shown you the phases, so we're well underway of having that a reality. And I would say the people that are building now are the ones that are really going to get, I mean, you're gonna get equity no matter what. because
Absolutely.
this is it. But the ones that are timing it right are going to have an edge. They just are. The people that are jumping on board with Greg and all the other builders, they're going to have that inside track. All the lots are with builders, at least most of them. There are some that are developer owned, but
And those prices have already gone up.
yes.
Phase 2 is going to go up dramatically.
Yes, and there is a phase 2, but we've got to definitely get through phase 1.
Sure.
So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the house, and I'm going to let Greg tell you about the designer, the architecture, the things that were chosen, and how long he's worked with his team, because that matters too. You don't want a designer that you've just met recently at a networking event to come in and design a home of this level. He's got relationships that he's had most of his career. And so why don't we start there? Let's do a walkthrough, and then obviously you guys can ask me any questions that you have. So let's get going. All right, so we're here in the kitchen, and Greg, I mean, first of all, it's amazing, but tell me all the ins and outs of what a consumer would want to know about this kitchen.
Okay. It starts with our architect and our design team. And I've got an architect that we have used for many, many years. Interior designer's been with me for 35 years, but it's the layout of the kitchen, it's the materials, marbles, quartzites, honed, not honed, sinks, plumbing fixtures, upgraded commercial appliances, all Wolf Sub-Zero appliances for the most part. The white oak rift cut cabinetry is really popular right now. And you can see the grain that goes from door to door. That's the white oak rift cut. So it's not just one door, but it matches. Our marbles and our quartzite, the book matching on the countertop surfaces. These are just small details that separate us from our competition. The wood floors that we use, these are engineered wood floors. It's a true oak wood floor, but it's on an engineered piece of plywood. And the beauty of that is we can go 7-8 inches in width and it stays perfectly flat.
Oh, wow.
Change of season, it doesn't cup like a nailed down wood floor would cup. It has issues. God forbid you have an ice maker that leaks. You don't have to move out of your house and resand all your floor. You pop out 4 or 5 boards.
Nice.
And we leave a couple of boxes up in the attic just for warranty. A dog scratches a piece, you just replace a piece.
That's
and
really
you're
great.
done. It's really a neat deal. The Sub-Zero, full refrigerators, full freezers, pull out spice racks, spaghetti racks.
I love hidden things. There's a really big hidden thing.
There's a big hidden thing. It's the pantry, and this is a pretty cool feature. And this is really a pretty standard pantry of what we do. They're not always hidden, but the pantry it's got refrigerators. We'll do ovens. We'll do microwaves. We'll do coffee makers.
I love
I got
this.
an Alford Home cutting board. I
There
see.
you
That's
go.
kind of cool.
That is cool. And so many people are wanting second kitchens now. So
And this particular client didn't want the second kitchen, but typically we would do a single oven, we would do a dishwasher, and it's a catering kitchen because so many people they entertain and they don't want everything in the main area of the house. But this works fantastic for that as well. You've got the sink, you've got the dishwasher, you've got the fridge. Now we do have a steam oven or microwave oven here.
Oh,
so
that's
this it's a full secondary kitchen, to be honest with you.
So I'm noticing a hatch. Talk to us about the foundation.
It's a pier and beam foundation, and that is the best foundation that we build. But you have in Frisco, you've got a fault that runs through Frisco, and you've got 8-inch to 14-inch PVR. The dirt can swell up to 14 inches.
That's crazy.
So you have to do some really specialized foundations. Pier and beam is our choice. It's the best foundation we build. It's got void boxes, so it can't push up, it can't move. And you've got a crawl space underneath the house, and even the home is 100% foam encapsulated for energy efficiency. And even our crawl spaces are foam encapsulated, but even the drainage system that we have underneath the house, we've got drains underneath the house so you don't get that old musty smell. We've got air filtration systems that we put underneath the house. So it's always fresh air, it's always it's a humidistat, so it reaches a certain humidity level, it automatically kicks on and circulates the air underneath the house.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you got French drains around the perimeter, zero issues of water issues. If you want to add a floor plug, you want to move plumbing, obviously it's easy when you have a pier and beam foundation and you can get underneath the house compared to a typical slab.
Well, and I've told you guys, if you've watched many of my videos, that Texas soil is different than other states. And so we do have to pay attention to foundation. They all move. And so like even in my house, it's not a custom home at all. I'll get cracking, and then 6 months later, the cracks close it up, and then 6 months later, the little cracks open again, because houses breathe, our foundations move. And he's got the most amazing pier and beam. You're just getting what you pay for.
Yes.
And that's the difference.
And we don't have the little cracks. We don't want the little cracks.
No, nobody does. Nobody does.
And typically we don't. They're engineered. We use phenomenal engineers. We do soils borings before we start, so we're not second guessing what the substrate is. We know exactly where the rock is, and we try to get our piers down to the bluestone or the gray limestone.
Wow.
But everything's engineered. The structure's engineered, the foundation's engineered. It's just first class.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go back this way. Okay, let's talk about the living room, the beams.
Always trying to bring the outside in. Obviously here we're backing up to the PGA golf course. So windows, even the black windows, we used to use an aluminum clad wood window, which is a phenomenal window, but everyone wanted black windows. With the aluminum clad window, you have to buy the trim, pay the trim carpenter to install the trim, you have to paint it black. So I said, why don't we just find a really high quality aluminum black window? So we have two companies that we compete against each other. That they have 10-foot tall windows, which is extraordinary. They have an amazing thermal break. They're extremely energy efficient.
That's always the
low
first
glass,
question.
argon gas filled, La Catina doors, sliding door units. Phenomenal product, but you have a view every room in the house. You have a spectacular view.
And how could you not want the view? I mean, this is stunning.
It's pretty cool.
And guys, there's not another house that's going to block this view.
Nope.
Like this is
That's it.
completely what they're going to be looking at the entire time. And this whole wall of glass collapses into the wall, and the screens out there come down and completely seal off the patio. They've got a heating system. Are there misters?
No misters. We don't like the misters.
No?
No, we would not use misters.
No misters. So
But heating elements, we've got the fireplace, you can drop the screens down and it literally will contain the heat, unless it's just, really freezing. But a 50, 60 degree day, you can open that up, open the house up, and it's fantastic.
It is. And
keeps all the bugs out.
what I've noticed about this elevation of the preserve is that there's more of a breeze. So I don't even know if you would need misters of any kind if you're going to get the breeze out here.
We really don't. We have the ceiling fans in place, and then of course we have cameras around, we have sound systems, we have everything's on a control force system. The whole house is a smart home as well too. And TVs, audio, video, fireplaces, gas lights. If these are sliding doors, we do these electronic too. This one's not, but we do them electronic where you push a button.
No way.
And the whole sliding unit just opens up.
You guys need to build here.
It is spectacular, but the pools, the fire pit areas, the sun areas, we've got a garden over here on the left side. You still have a good amount of yard left over for the kids to play in.
Yeah, it is a good size. What is the size of this lot?
It's roughly a half acre.
Okay, so.
You have three sizes of lots in here. The interior lots are 11,000 plus or minus. The golf course lots are all basically a half acre plus or minus. And then what's called the hill, you have some 1 acre lots on the hill. And that's where you'll have your 10, 15,000 square foot homes.
Perfect. Okay. So we're coming into the game room that has the most epic view as well. And tell us what's unique about this and that room.
This is actually a library and he has chosen to use it as a game room, but we have pocket doors that block off the workstation. But this can be an office, it can be a game room, it can be a very informal secondary living area. Here's your workstation, shut the pocket door, you can leave it as cluttered or workable as you want to leave it. It's just a multifunctional room.
I think it's great because
it's fantastic.
If you have a 5-minute break and you want to play some pool, you're right here.
But then again, we're bringing the outside in. You've got the windows to the floor. And even the windows to the floor is unique because they all set in a stainless steel pan, because you have to stop the water from coming in when the windows sit on the floor. So we think through a lot of things to not have the maintenance issues. Maintenance is I try to do as maintenance-free home as I can. And that's hard to do, but in this price point and with the clientele that I have, this client is the second time that they've built with us, and everything has to be first class. Just, you can't have an excuse in a home like this.
I totally agree. I looked up your reviews, and you have some glowing reviews.
We do.
And just saying that this is a second home that these people have built with you, that says a lot about a builder, because you can get some crazy builders in DFW anywhere.
You can.
And so knowing that, looking up somebody's history and what people are saying, and then seeing repeat customers, I think says a lot about you and your
And we
company.
get a lot of repeat business. We had a 22,000 square foot home that was the 5th time we built for a client. And they were 79 and 80, and he's got it for sale and getting ready to build again. So it'll be number 6.
Is that just what he loves to do?
They love to build homes. Absolutely.
I have friends that love that. They're like, okay, when can we start this again?
Well, that's a lot of our market. Our market doesn't need a home unless they're transferring in. They want a new home.
Yep.
And I learned a long time ago, in a upper end luxury custom market, a client can't walk in and find an excuse. If there's a reason that they don't like the house, they're out the door, because you can't convince someone to buy a house like this. They have to want it.
Yeah.
And we've got, it's like the high gloss enamel paints that we use on our paneling. Very unique, very different. The white paint that we use on enamel, we don't use traditional enamel anymore because everything's white. If it doesn't get sunlight, it's going to yellow on you over time.
That's true.
We use hydropoxy. It's an epoxy, a water-based epoxy.
Really?
Instead of enamels. It does not yellow, and it gets harder the older it is. And it's a phenomenal product. Most builders don't even know what it is. They've never even heard of it. But we've been doing that for 5 years, 6 years now.
So you're less likely to even get scuff marks.
You get a lot less.
Wow.
The crackouts and the change of season is much, much less.
Yeah.
But high gloss paints like we have here are really popular too. We're doing high gloss ceilings in dining rooms, and wallpaper's making a big comeback.
It is.
Again, you have the keypads instead of light switches, which is really nice.
Yeah, it is nice. I cannot believe this view. I can't believe that this is what I could wake up to every single day.
And it's forever. It's not going to change. This is what it is. This is obviously the PGA courses. You have 2. You have the East and the West. The PGA Championship's going to be here next year. The ladies PGA Championship, or I think the US Open was just here this past year. But this is the view you get every morning. As you can see, their chairs face the windows. Typically, that's not how you start the day, but with a view like this, it's spectacular.
Definitely drink some coffee right here.
Yes. And then we have electronic blinds that are included in our homes too, and they're dual electronic blinds. So you have blackout shades, so it stays dark, and then you have shears just for the daytime when you want something like that. But it's pretty spectacular.
And then I'm smelling something that smells really nice.
Yeah, we use a system called Aroma 360, where you can add different scents for Christmas time, the different seasons, and it goes through your air conditioning system. It's spectacular.
That's wonderful. Yes, it
smells.
It smells really nice.
It's
I would
very
love to
cool.
do a Christmas scent during
Yes,
Christmas.
absolutely.
That's fun. Well, let's go into the primary bathroom, because I feel like it's just all marble.
It is all marble. You've got the floor, linear drains. This one does not have a steam unit, but typically we're doing all steam units on master showers. It's all glass. The white oak rift cut again, and here's a great example of white oak rift cut done correctly.
Yep.
Every door, every drawer, you can see the grain from top to bottom.
Do y'all see
And
that?
the beauty of that is this, and the negative of that is if you mess up a door or a drawer, you replace them all.
Yes.
But we have subcontractors, the majority of them have been with me 30, 35 years, and they're really talented. They're really good at what they do. Designer, again, I said, has been with me 35 years. She's just phenomenal to work with. Freestanding tub, showers, windows, natural light.
Yeah, this is amazing. And yes, for all of you asking, there are shades, so you have
yes,
some privacy.
Yes, of course are. Yeah. And we do a lot of electronic glass on windows and front doors. People may want electronic glass where you just push a button and it just instantly fogs.
That would be that'd be really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
too.
I've seen that, and I would probably want that here if I was going to take a bath. So I want you guys to also look out this window and see how pretty the landscaping is. The developer did a fantastic job of putting in a lot of natural walkways, and these walkways actually lead to private gates that you only have access to onto the PGA trail. And so it's just exclusive and all yours, but just know that the entire preserve is that pretty. It's very, very amazing.
And prettier than that with all the mature trees. It's spectacular. The millions of dollars they spent on landscaping is incredible.
I heard just trees. Didn't the developer buy the tree farm?
They all came from Fannin Tree Farm, and I've heard that as well. And it's spectacular because usually you get little 4-inch or 6-foot tall trees. We've got 25-foot tall mature trees and hundreds of them.
Yes, they paid extra to get trees that look like they've been here forever.
Yep.
And that's always a complaint with new construction is, oh, but all the trees are little and it looks new and there's no charm. Guys, if you come out here, you will never want to leave the preserve. It's that beautiful. Right. And they did that on purpose for you guys. But I also want to show you this amazing closet.
Typically, because of the size of the house, normally this will be the man's closet and the woman's will be twice his size.
Did she just not need it?
They just didn't want it. They're just two people and they just didn't need the space. But they filled it up pretty well.
This would be way more space than I needed. And there is a independent utility room, but obviously at this level of build, most people have a secondary washer and dryer. And what were you telling me about the steamer?
We're doing a unit called a stylus, which is basically a dry cleaning unit. So you're out at the restaurant, you got a smoky jacket, put the jacket in there and it comes out fresh, clean, put your slacks in there and it's just like they came from the dry cleaners.
That's amazing.
It's a really good system.
Can you think of some fun things that you've put in houses that are not traditional, like stuff like that?
Oh my gosh, exercise rooms, saunas, steam rooms.
Cold plunges?
Cold plunges. Cold plunges are typically portable. They're either built into the pool or they're sitting on the patio typically.
Okay.
This house, we have a sauna upstairs in the exercise room. Golf simulator rooms are really popular right now, but yeah, we do anything. We've done so many different looks and styles and features, it's just nuts.
And so when someone, because we know the preserve is completely custom. So you come in, you get with Greg, and you can literally build the house of your dreams. He's got architects, he's got designers, and they walk you through it all to the degree that you're comfortable. Maybe you don't feel like you're good at that. Do you have people that can walk hand in hand with somebody if they don't feel like they know how to design?
Oh, absolutely. The architect, we can do renderings at the plan stage, at the stage before trim. It's typically not necessary because we do such a good job communicating with our clients. But renderings, architect again has been with me for 25, 30 years. Designer's been with me for 30, 35 years. Most of our trades have been, and we all work together well. We're not training new subcontractors every time we build a house.
Oh man, that's good to know.
It's fantastic. It's like this. It's obviously a bench to sit and put your shoes on, but it's a packing table for the guy that travels often.
Yes.
Another thing with the preserve, we're convenient to DFW airports. You can get there quickly, so it's a really great place to be here in Frisco. But just the adjustable shelves, the hanging spaces. We're doing a lot of LED lighting with closets. We're doing glass doors on closets now.
I've seen
we
those
can
amazing.
Really trick them out.
Yeah.
They look really spectacular.
These open. I'm not going to open them because it's just their private stuff, but they open and they have shelving and all the things. So all this opens, but you can literally have the closet of your dreams. If you can think it up, Greg can build it.
Absolutely.
So let's go into the rest of the house. Okay, so let's talk about a few things in here.
Okay.
First of all, I just pointed out all of the lighting flows really well together. And of course, you guys can pick out any lighting that you want and talk to the designer about it. But talk to us about this right here.
It's a self-contained wine unit, and we do a ton of these, and we figured out how to build them ourselves. Because a typical wine unit from a wine store is going to cost you $50,000, $60,000. We figured out how to do them for 20, 25 grand. They're fantastic. They are self-contained, so you got a different temperature for the wines. You've got a humidistat because you want the humidity set correctly. We do a lot of onyx on the back walls with LED slabs. This one does not have that, but
so they can get
so
real
it's
fancy.
backlit, get really fancy on them as well too. But we do wine units on most every house that we build today, or wine rooms.
And you guys can see the, it's
It's the restroom at the bottom. That's the one's a return air and one's a air flow.
it's in the main system where it's all electronic. And
It's
you
its
can,
own separate system, but it's part of the control four system. Everything in the house electronically can be controlled by the control four. Your swimming pool, lights, audio, video, everything
All of it.
is control four system.
Let's go show them the thermostat and your
Okay,
sensors.
sure.
Come on.
Here in the family room, or anywhere you would typically have a thermostat, we have just a sensor, and the sensor relays back to the thermostat, which is up in the audio video closet. You can set the thermostat there, you can set the thermostat on your phone, on a Control4 app, but you just eliminate clutter on the walls, is the benefit of that. And here are the keypads. You've got 12 keypads. Can you imagine having 12 switches? I mean, that would just look horrendous, but
It really does. I've
it's
seen it.
fantastic. And at the front door, even on the keypads, we have a all on and a all off. Press one button, every light in the house comes on. Press one button, everything in the house goes off.
I love that.
It's spectacular. It's just convenience. Reclaimed timbers in here, hand-cut limestone, floor to ceiling, hand-cut limestone, mantelpiece, floating shelves, LED lights, white oak rift cut again. The reclaimed timbers, we do nothing to them. They do come from the person that we purchase them from. They soak them so they're not bringing bugs and things into the house. Obviously, we want bug-free timbers, but they're natural. We leave all the mortise tendons and all the pegs and round holes, and everything's just natural. Just really adds character to the house, we think.
It really does.
Very popular. Full masonry fireplaces. You can burn real wood, you can burn gas logs, you can put glass balls, glass pieces, but true masonry fireplace. This one's got a herringbone brick pattern on the back.
It's beautiful.
You can do antique tiles, you can do antique fire brick, anything that you want on those today as well too.
Just the natural lighting. We have the lights on in here, but you don't need them. And it's even a cloudy day.
Yeah.
If it's bright and sunny outside, man, I can only imagine what it looked like.
And here's something else we do, because our patio, obviously that's an outdoor living area, an outdoor TV area. The patios get so deep that you still have skylights, but that doesn't let light in. So up top, we put in what's called clear story windows, and the only benefit of those is to let natural light into the family room.
That's so
Because we're
smart.
trying to bring the outside in, I've got to bring the light in as well too. There's nothing worse than a dark house, and you won't find a dark room in this house.
No.
Unless it's intended to be dark.
But yet still very insulated, and you're
Oh,
not going to have
absolutely.
any type of temperature. One thing I love about this is, and in Texas, it's a really big deal. You'll have one room that's hotter than the rest of the rooms, and this senses it.
Well,
the
it
temperature.
eliminates that, but the foam encapsulation, it's like an ice chest. Once you're acclimated, it basically stays the same temperature.
Wow.
But we insulate all of our bathrooms with a sound abatement insulation. The mid-floor is insulated. We put a sound mat down underneath the wood floors upstairs because I don't want to hear all the kids playing. So we try to keep the house as quiet as we can.
All right, well, let's go outside, because this is why you come and you buy here, is because we're sitting on the PGA of America. So let's go see how beautiful it is. There we go. Oh, wow.
Isn't it amazing?
I just wish you guys could actually be standing right here with us, because again, it's a cloudy day, but just listen for a second. That's peace. If you want to know what peaceful
Peace and
sounds
tranquility.
like, you just heard it. I mean, the view's unbelievable. So kind of tell us how you did this backyard.
We have 2 or 3 different landscape companies that we work with, and we give each of our clients the opportunity to talk with each of them and select which one they think they have the best fit with. But because of the pier and beam foundation, we've got steps going down, we've got steps coming up the front, hand-cut limestone steps, turf. We're doing more turf around backyards just because of the pool and the maintenance issues. We do have zoysia grass. We don't use Bermuda or St. Augustine anymore.
Nice.
Everything is zoysia today. It greens up well, it takes our heat really well, it takes our cold temperatures really well in the wintertime, and it feels like a lush carpet when you walk on it. It's amazing as well too. Gutters, half-round gutters, gas lights, standing seam roof. The stucco out here, for example, we do only stucco on concrete block.
Okay.
We don't do stucco on a frame wall. 2 reasons. Number one, the concrete block, you can eliminate expansion joints. You don't have expansion joints every 12 or 13 feet.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it's just structurally so much better. You don't have the cracks and the issues that you have with stucco that's put on a frame wall.
That's good to know.
It's a superior product.
Because I've heard some horror stories on that.
It's terrible. Step lights for nighttime. The ceiling in here is a 1x6 tongue and groove wood ceiling. They've chose to stain it. You can stain it, you can paint it, you can glaze it. They brought the reclaimed timber in for their mantelpiece on top of the hand-cut limestone fireplace. That's also a masonry fireplace. And here's one of the deed restrictions, is gas lights on patios. No one does gas lights on patios.
No.
You've got gas lights all the way around the house.
I did notice
And that's just another deed restriction
key.
that separates us from other neighborhoods in the state of Texas.
It takes it up the luxury level.
Number of notches, yes.
Yes. So you guys have noticed in my videos that it gets windy out here. Talk to me about those industrial umbrellas and how they're good into the ground.
Yeah, sure. Our landscape company installed this, and I have my landscape company do 100% of the exterior. Flat work, driveways, one person does it, one person's responsible. There's no finger pointing. And they're phenomenal at their designs and engineering. You got a teak, that's a sunken area underneath that, but it's a teak sunbathing area. You've got the umbrellas that are secured in concrete for the summertime to take the sun off. You've got a fireplace, a fire pit on the other side for the wintertime, just to sit around and hang out by the fire pit, and that's where all the conversation takes place.
Yeah.
But you've got yard, and again, you've got a spectacular view. It's amazing the view that you have.
Yeah.
And this course, one of them is golf carts, and one of them is walking only. This is the East Course, which is walking only. That's why you see the walking golfers with the caddies.
Yeah.
You can't have a golf cart on this side, so it's even more quiet.
That is quiet.
And there are walking trails along the perimeter of the fence for the neighbors, and it's just an exquisite place to be. There's
It's
not a better
amazing.
neighborhood that I know to be in.
You have done an amazing job.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
When I first walked up to the house and you can see the backyard from the front door,
Ah, yes.
I was like, I cannot wait to show this house off.
And that's the plan too. I want to walk into a front yard and I want to see something all the way through. I don't want to just see a wall.
Yeah.
I want to see something of interest. Again, we're trying to bring the outside in. This is a park. He has his own park. The developer gets to pay and maintain for his park, and that's one of the reasons this client selected this lot, was because of the greenbelt area
Right.
in between, and it's just going to be fascinating all the time. The golf course, you can't beat living on a golf course. You've got the privacy, and again, someone else maintains it and takes care of it for you, so it's spectacular.
Well, I appreciate all of your time. This has been amazing. I'm going to let the videographer show us upstairs.
Okay.
And thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out. It's a pleasure
appreciate
getting
it.
to
It's
work with
amazing.
you, and I look forward to selling many homes with
I'm
you.
going to give you all of his information. You guys
Absolutely,
can let us
please.
know if you want to have something luxurious like this all for your own.